Hello and welcome. I am Scarberlock, and this is City of Villains on the Rebirth server. We are with Nightmare Lass, our level 29 Mastermind, who has 860,000 experience points with 198,000 to go to get to level 30. We have 122 million infamy, and we are on a story arc for the shadowy figure. He says, either, alright, Nightmare Lass, I need someone who isn't afraid to go up against the longbow, or one of the research labs here in Crimson Cove. I'm doing some interesting work on controlled mutations. Certain interested parties at Cray would love to get their hands on this research, but the lab isn't interested in selling. Cray has tried persuading the scientists, but it's just resulted in the lab hiring Wyvern to provide security. Go take out the lab. I assume, since Lawrence Elzado was offered to us, and Saldo, whatever, was offered to us last time, and it's just going to keep offering it to us because that's what it wants me to do, I assume this one is the story arc mission. Hopefully it is. And now we're going to steal research from Wyvern. So just take a look at enhancements. We just added a slot here. We still have a slot here that these two need to be recharge enhancers. So when I get the inventions for that, I will slot them in. I'm not going to bother buying SOs at level 29. If we get to 32 and we haven't found a recharge, and we haven't found a recharge enhancement recipe, then I'll buy SOs for it. Hopefully we won't get ambushed here. The reason I did not stop and make my demons get summoned outside is because I saw an enemy standing right there, and I figured they would just start fighting. Usually when the spawn is this close, they don't also have patrol, but you never know. So let's go ahead and buff our guys. And we don't need these two inspirations, and we will go and attack Wyvern. I did not mean to do that. Sorry, hit the wrong button. But that's okay, we're fine. So the holds that Curly puts on will now be 33% or so longer, because we've added a invention enhancement to it for hold duration. My minions hit pretty hard and fast now. The main thing that hurts them is +2 lieutenants and bosses. Those guys still get enough rank and level based bonuses that they can make short work of my littler guys. So why did I do that one? Because it was a patrol and it was moving around, and I figured it would drag me into another spawn. There we go. And there is the other spawn it would have dragged me into. You see, my guys are doing pretty well. Wyvern has no real chance against us, except maybe a +2 boss. It's one of the easier factions, at least for my group, to handle. And there's a red lieutenant. Alright, let's see if we can get the orange minion over here first. There we go. Well, the lieutenant aggroed anyway. But at least we're not going to get caught with whatever else is in that room. And that should be a nice long hold duration now. Yep, and there's some more guys. Yeah, this is a really rough room usually. There are several spawns in the same place. Like there should be some over here, and sometimes there are some back there. And so, yeah, that makes it a tough room. So I'm just trying to see if I can clean it out a little bit before we go charging in there. Oh, I can't hit the guy. Alright, well, I guess we're going to have to go in. Yeah, so that power is clearly going to need another accuracy enhancer on it. Yep, and see there are more guys back there, one of them being a red lieutenant. So we have to just watch out. If we just, you know, if you go jumping in here without being careful, this room can easily lead to a face plant. It sort of reminds me, I've mentioned this before, obviously I've mentioned that I play D&D, and one of the things I've done is watched an entire series called Running the Game by a longtime DM named Matt Colville. He's great, and if you ever are interested in running role-playing games, not just D&D, but any role-playing game, being a DM, or heck, even a player, he's got lots of great advice on just role-playing game theory and practice, as it were. I at one point toyed with the idea of making a video series about role-playing game, you know, theory and practice. And after watching his, I'm like, well, there's no point, because his is like way better than mine ever would have been anyway. He's great. And in one of the videos that I just watched again for some reason, because I've seen them all, he talks about losing, and you know how it always sucks to lose. And you talk this, of course, in D&D means the party gets, you know, the whole party gets killed off, right? It's called a TPK, or a total party kill. And he said, yeah, it's terrible. It sucks to lose. And then he talked about why we lose, why characters will lose, and how a lot of times it's because they didn't make a plan. They didn't scout the area. They didn't try to pick the enemies off one at a time, but they just walked into a room because it was there. It was the next room in the map. And they just walked in without a plan, without scouting, without getting intel, without thinking, without having a goal. And sure enough, they got killed. And of course, he also talks about people not being smart enough or savvy enough or whatever to retreat. And you guys have seen me retreat. I haven't face planted very many times. Usually it happens by total surprise because I don't realize I'm being targeted or something. And I've only face planted maybe 2 or 3 times on this character. And one of the reasons is I'm not afraid to retreat. When I see my guys going down and I realize that this battle is harder than I thought it was, I am not afraid to retreat and try again. I'm not afraid to wait for my teleport to recharge and then summon this guy again. I'm willing to do that because, you know, I know that discretion is the better part of valor. And so now we're going to summon this guy rather than just diving into that room. Still missed him. Alright, well, now we're going to have to go in. Seems like it's okay, though. Go get him. But at least I'm trying to, you know, gather intel, look ahead, be careful. Right, watch what we're doing. Wow, that was painful. And, you know, there's a boss. See, I didn't realize that. Didn't gather enough intel. Let's go ahead and bring out the big buffs. And we want to take the minion out first because he'll be quicker. And I'll just keep healing my guys until the minion's gone. So I tried to do the smart thing. Will you please all target the guy I told you to? Well, we froze the boss, so that's good. But yeah, at least my intent was gather intel, split up the enemies, don't fight them all at once. Just really hard to hit an orange lieutenant, even with an inspiration, a yellow inspiration going. At least with this character, because she just doesn't have a lot of accuracy on her powers and stuff. Yep, see, there's another orange lieutenant. I'm probably not going to be able to hit him either. But we'll try. Nope. Why are my hit rolls not showing up here? That's weird. That's very strange. And there is the guy we need, so this is going to be another lead out mission. And another boss. Alright, let's go ahead and run this buff. And now we'll go after the boss. Right, but Cole's point is, if you don't gather intel, if you don't figure out who your opponents are and what they can do, and you just blindly walk into an encounter like this, yeah, you can get killed, right? Or in this game, defeated. Take off stealth because, and we land because we cannot fly and stealth out with somebody to lead out. We have to walk. Because he'll get lost. He's not fast enough to follow. Oh wait, we're not leading him out, we're leading him forward. Okay, well that's a different story. Gotta lead him to the research computer. I assume we don't have to protect him. So yeah, it's an interesting video series if you ever get a chance and you want to learn more about kind of D&D, especially if you're a budding DM or GM of another game. It doesn't have to be D&D and you're not sure, you know, where do I start? What kind of things do I need to do to set up a really fun game for my players? Colville's your guy. He's a really smart guy and he's done it a long time and he's actually quite interesting to listen to. And yeah, that's why I said, well, okay, there's no point to me doing this, because he's done more than I would have ever planned to do, better than I ever could have done. There's another lieutenant. A lot of lieutenants in this mission. Not saving them. Let's hope this actually works. The last time I had to bring somebody, an NPC, to a glowy, it didn't register. So let's hope this guy actually comes over to it. Ah, it worked. Mission complete. Got a clue? Mutagen research data. Not really much of a clue. Yep. And I forgot to dismiss these guys, so battle starts. I'm immobilized. Alright guys, we can dismiss you and call our contact. He says, you got the research data? Cray Industries will be pleased. So now we got Lawrence and Saldo, or part of the strength of Longbow is information technology. Their surveillance and communication systems are top-notch. Destroy that strength and Longbow is crippled. So we need to get a super virus from Eon Labs. I'm a little concerned that it's just going to keep giving me this and won't give me the rest of the story arc. Let me pause this here and see what's going on with the story arc, guys, and I will check back. I will come back right back and let you know. Okay, so it turns out Ansaldo is the next step in the story arc, so I screwed that up. So let's go and talk to him, and I will bring you guys back when we are on Sharkhead Isle. Okay, we're with Lawrence, and he says, Yo, Nightmare Lass, a shadowy guy in Nerva sent you. I got something for you. The family has some deep pockets. We paid primo bucks for the info in this envelope. But your fella at Nerva provided us with some quality heist info in the past, so we're willing to part with this stuff as a repayment. Capiche? Now get out of here. So now I gotta go back to the shadowy figure, or I guess we can just call him. And he says, you got the envelope. Excellent. The contents should detail what our objective is. And he says, alright, so now we're really on the story arc for sure. He says, so we've got to spring a family man, hitman named James O'Clary out of the Zag. I thought it was the Zig. Unless this is an Arachnos version of the Zig. I've read the security docs you got from Lawrence and Zaldo, and I think we can do this break-in no problem. All we need are the latest codes to bypass the security doors. Those things are thick titanium with built-in phase blockers, high-tech stuff. And Zaldo's files have information on a Longbow base that has the necessary codes. The problem is that as soon as the base is compromised, they're going to put a security lockdown on the Zag. We need a way to kill any Longbow transmissions coming out of that base. Conventional jammers won't be able to stop Longbow tech, but I know that one of Dr. Eon's labs has developed a working prototype. That's exactly what we need. Break into the Eon lab and steal the Ultra Jammer. Alright, so first we're going to break into Dr. Eon's lab, and this is Capo Diablo, so I will just teleport to the mission door, since this is going to be our final mission for the episode, and by the time we do our next episode, that power will be recharged. So we're going to head to the mission door, and then I'll summon my pets, and then we go fight Arachnos. Time to bring these guys out. Always love this animation. I like the sound effect too of her, like when she's waving her hand, the way it sounds. It's really cool. Definitely looks like you imagine summoning demons should look. Very cool. They definitely got the special effects and animations right in this game. Did a nice job with it. Got a little ahead of my guys there. But we're alright. You can see that we're healing about 120 hit points per auto heal right now, which is pretty good. Or area heal, not really auto heal. So Lieutenant, let's hit the Black Widow first. Let's give a little inspiration to Miney. And now we go after the big guy. Miney's getting pounded. Oh, we've got him. Come with me, boys. Oh, there's an arachnobot. I didn't even see it there. Well, that's sort of odd. Oh, it's an ambush. Got it. I was gonna say, because it's different. This was an orange minion, red lieutenant spawn over here. I don't usually see orange and yellow minions together. They can be in the same mission, but they don't usually end up in the same spawn. In fact, I'm fairly confident I've never seen minions of different levels in the same spawn. They're always the same level. They're like literally always. I've never seen it not be true. Very good. You guys are doing great. And this is a regular lab rather than an Arachnos lab, which I'm thrilled about because I hate the Arachnos labs and the really low line of sight that they give you in those labs. There we go. Should be a bunch of guys down below. Oh, it's not too bad. You guys can just head down. What I really like about the AoE heal is, on the off chance that I get hit, I can heal myself. So now we are looking for the Ultra Jammer. I will say, by the way, one of the things too, you know, I probably do a lot less scouting than I should, in part because I know these maps pretty well at this point, and I kind of know where the spawns are and where they tend to clump up, and so it's not always, you know, as essential for me, having played on this map before, or maps very similar to it, to really scout every little area. Oh, speaking of that, I forgot to turn my stealth back on. Turned it off when we were leading the NPC out. That was pretty sloppy. It doesn't really do a lot for my defense, but it does help me not draw aggro. Alright, now this room, there are usually guys up above. You can see there's a guy right there. Alright, let's see if we can pull him down. What's going on? Oh, I interrupted it. I'm an idiot. There we go. Nope. Oh, yep, there he goes. Get him. There's another guy up there. We're going to pull him down too. So yeah, I need a recharge and another accuracy on this. So believe it or not, this power that I kind of took by accident, at some point I'm going to end up adding 2 slots to it. Not right away. We need to finish off Curly, which we'll do probably at level 31. Speaking of that, I don't know what I'm going to get at level 30. Anguishing Cry is 35. Painbringer's 38. Abyssal Empowerment's 32. I don't know what I'm going to get at 30. Oh, there's another guy up there. Bring him down. So, you know, I'm not really scouting this room out because I already kind of know, you know, where the spawns are in this room. Right, I knew there were some up here. There were usually some back there, sure enough, and then there were some over here. So we should be okay not aggroing anybody at this point, other than the spawn we're concentrating on. First blow I've struck tonight. Personally. Right, myself. You guys can come upstairs. Why is this not? There we go. And when everybody's gathered, hit 'em! I love Curly. That giant ice sword and then frozen in a block of ice. Good job, guys. Let's come downstairs. I don't know which way to go here, so we'll just take a shot. Nope. Other way. Follow me, guys. Another elevator. Onto the 3rd level. Remember, there can be up to 5 levels in these missions. I suspect this one may not be that big, but I don't know. Alright, so this is another room where there's often several spawns littered about, so we'll see if we can teleport somebody to us. Got him. See if we can get the Black Widow to us. Got her. And that aggroed the other guy, which is fine, because the most important thing I'm trying to do here is just not aggro whoever else is in that room, if anyone. Let's see, there's somebody on the hallway, but usually there's somebody in the middle of this room too. Guess not. Alright, so this part's empty. Let's see who's in here. It's just yellow cons. Okay, so we can attack. As you can see, I'm pretty well able to keep my minions' hit points in the green range. You know, their names don't turn red or orange that often. Usually against bosses or red lieutenants, but anybody else is pretty much fair game, and we can kick their butts. See, I'm going to try to teleport this lieutenant. Usually doesn't work. Nope. 57% chance, and I rolled a 39. Wow, I only have a 57% chance. Is there a accuracy penalty to that power? No, base accuracy is 1.0, so 57. Wow. So that's just either he has high defense, or that's just the level and rank buff. Alright, time to do Hell on Earth and our buff. And I almost blundered into these guys. I'm lucky they're not facing me. Quickly destroy the minion. And then we go to the boss. Oh, I'll need some help. Oh, and I have been entangled, but that won't last long. Break free. Good job, guys. Doing well. And that's it. We've got him. He's been held. Good job. So the glowy is right here. being attacked, but we've completed the mission, and now we're being ambushed. Alright. Not too bad. Are we still fighting? Sort of a weird ambush because it like spawned right on top of us. But out we go. Alright guys, we're on the actual story arc now. Sorry I screwed that up in the first mission, but that's okay. It was a decent mission. So now we're going to contact the shadowy figure, and he says, "You got the Ultra Jammer? Perfect. Let me get it ready to be tested." Alright, so we'll continue this story arc next time. Really cool buildings in here. Look at well, they didn't do that much of the architecture. Just put some gargoyles, made it a little more pointed on the ends, and you have an evil version of Paragon City. Pretty cool. Alright, folks. That's it for this episode. I'll see you next time. I am Scarpalock, and this has been City of Villains on the Rebirth server.